Hello guys, it has been a minute and we are back here with Mikiki Sporty. This is Menplug TV and today we are going to discuss various matters arising in the world of sports. So we are going to start with we are going to look into details FKF Premier League match has been happening. Then also the whole issue of AFCON 2027. Then we are going to check what's popping up in international league. That I mean EPL, Bundesliga and many others. And Champions League, having in mind it starts today for the second fixtures. So feel at home guys and enjoy the show. This is Mikiki Sporty, Menplug TV, and I'm your host Ken Austin. And with me alongside in studio, I have my able guests who are going to help me discuss this issue into details. So I'll give them opportunity and give us their names. I'll start with my left hand side. You can just tell us whom you are.
Asante sana kwa kunikaribisha hapa. Mimi naitwa Hilary Oma. So mimi ni mchanganuzi wa masuala ya kispoti hapa.
All right, welcome Hilary Oma.
Yes.
I hope you are going to enjoy the show.
Kabisa.
On my right hand side.
Naam, hapa hivi ni Joshua Kura.
Yes.
Na nafurahia kwa Menplug TV tena kwa leo.
Okay, feel at home.
Thank you.
So without wasting time or without much ado, we are going to check this issue of FKF. Right now we are in game week 5 and we have seen various teams progressing. Some teams are doing very well, other teams are draining back. So if we check at the summit there, the top 3, let me say top 3, we have Posta Rangers with 13 points and Gor Mahia at number 2 with 9 points. And if you check these two teams, they have been excellent in their performance, right? Having in mind that Posta and Gor Mahia have not lost any match.
Yeah.
And they are yet to test a defeat. So what do you think is making these two teams to progress or to excel very good? Yes.
Okay. First of all, if we start with Posta Rangers, when you look at the table right now, they have 13 points.
Yes.
And they haven't lost any match. That is, they've drawn 1 game and won 4 out of 5 matches that have been played so far.
Exactly.
So we found that Posta Rangers have come up with the new energy. I remember last season they had this coach Samuel Molo Pamzo. That was last season, and it was as if walikuwa wanasuasua kidogo. But I think when they went to the preseason, they looked back and wakasema let us restructure our team so that we at least we might play competitive football. FKF Premier League this season is competitive. So the moment you don't have a team that can play a competitive football, you've seen Shabana, they won the NSL, but right now as you can see they are number 16. Many draws they've drawn. I don't know, 4 out of 5 matches. They've drawn how many? 3 matches, and they've there's no match they've won. They've lost 2 and they've drew 3 matches. Meaning FKF Premier League is competitive this season. And as for Posta Rangers, as for now, I see they've got what it takes. Yeah, so maybe, KPL why not change? So maybe in later part of the season, maybe things might change. But as for now, I can see that Posta Rangers has got that new energy that can propel them even up to lifting the FKF Premier League. Okay.
Mr. Joshua Kura.
Yeah.
Last season, if you check the FKF Premier League standings after game week 36, Tusker FC, they were position 2. They gave Gor Mahia a very stiff competition. And as we speak, it is like they are still lagging behind. What do you think Tusker is not doing that they were doing last season?
As we speak, Tusker are title contenders.
Yes.
Even at the beginning of the league, they have begun the league at a low. Remember, now they are currently at number 6.
Sure.
And we are used to that beginning when it comes to Tusker. When you look at the beginning matches, they are always below
they
top
start
5.
Low.
Yeah, and then as the season progresses, they start coming up. And I believe even Posta Rangers at this moment, we can just say it's just the beginning. But with time, they'll come down. You'll find that up there there'll be Gor Mahia, Tusker, and KCB. There's a time also Posta Rangers began very well under Samuel Molo Pamzo,
Yes.
Where they held first position for a very long time. But in the midway of the league, Gor Mahia came and took over again.
Yes.
Yeah, Gor Mahia, as we speak currently, they are very experienced players. You see Mieso, you see Ernest Wendo, and then you try to look again at the young players at that squad like Benson Omala, who has been a big threat to many Premier League defenders. and he has been doing very well. You remember last season he was a top scorer.
Yeah.
And we expect to see that energy again coming this season. And then Shabana, it's a good team, yeah.
Yes.
They won the NSL.
NSL.
And you know, I'm very impressed with the fan base of Shabana. You see the turnout whenever they have matches. It's just that the team isn't performing very well, but the turnout is always
By
good.
then, in the last fixture against FC,
Yeah.
the gate collection were more than 1 million Kenya shillings.
Yeah.
That shows that at least there is that positive impact.
Yeah.
As in people wanarudi kwa grao in short. Yeah. So to Shabana fans, they are making us proud in terms of football and FKF Premier League. Yeah.
What do you think is wrong with Shabana? Because they won NSL, as we have said earlier, and right now they have not won any match.
Yeah. It has been all draws and two losses.
Yes.
So I think Shabana, with me, I saw their last match that made them clinch the NSL trophy. So at the last match, I saw their players. They had very good players, by the way. Even the coach was quoted somewhere saying, like, I don't know what's wrong with my team.
Yes.
I'm doing everything possible, but it's like my tactics are not working.
Yeah.
So it was as if the coach himself was giving up on the team. But I think this is where experience comes in, because you see, they came from NSL with the same players.
Yes.
I think even if they bought, it was not it did not surpass 5 players. So you see, the experience is lacking in that team. And when you go and play with a team like Gor Mahia, as Kura puts it,
yes,
the team has got experienced players, right from the goalkeeper to the striking, that is Benson Omala. So the moment you play with a team like Gor Mahia, you'll just be thrashed, because you see, like, so far the fixture that Gor Mahia won with most of the goals was against City Stars. They thrashed City Stars 4-0. So you see, that kind of experience and that kind of attacking, that kind of finish is lacking in Shabana's at now. Because you see, most games, even if they draw, it is 1-1. Or 0-0 if they are beaten, because I think their defending is okay. When they are beaten, it is 1-0. But most of the time, they just draw 0-0, 1-1, meaning the team cannot score more goals.
Okay, speaking of experience, you know, Shabana, they won NSL last season.
Yeah.
And if you compare with their counterparts, Muranga Seal is excelling very well. And yet they don't have that experience. Oh, is it the management which is a difference between these two teams? Because both two teams, we can say they don't have experience.
Yeah.
And it is called Muranga Seal. They are doing very well.
Yeah.
And unlike Shabana, though Shabana won the NSL.
Yeah. Okay. They've won around 3 matches. Then they've drawn. They've drawn 9 and they've lost 2.
Yes.
Meaning they've got around 9 points at the same. But they are number 3, meaning the goal difference is the one that is separating them with Gor Mahia. So the issue with Muranga Seals, I think last season in one of our conversations I stated that Muranga Seals has a vibrant academy players, because they know how to scout for their youths. And in their stadium back there in Muranga, you find that every team have got different level of players. You find under 14, under 15. You know, the moment you nurture these kids and they gel, the moment you nurture them, they gel from the academy. Sure. Even if they reach the FKF Premier League right now, the Premier League, that is FKF, that gelling will still be there. As in, watakuwa naelewana to their style of play, because they are used to playing with each other while in the pitch. So I think that's what's making Muranga Seal to excel as per now. Because as you can see, Shabana, it has got that main team.
Yes.
And apart from playing on the pitch, there are also off-pitch issues with Shabana. You find that there was a time that issue with the club patron, the club elections. It was as if it was affecting players. You find some Nyamwe was talking about taking control as the club patron, and it was given to the current governor of Kisii County, I think. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. So the issues with the elections, off-pitch matters. You know, the moment hata ukiangalia kumaju, the moment Manchester United, they are off-pitch issues or Glazers and whatever, the club won't perform. So I think, though that may not be the main issue, but in one way or the other, it affects the club.
Okay.
So Muranga Seals, back to Muranga Seals, they are organized in such a way that from even that is under 5 or under, as in from academy to the topmost
To the-
level of players.
they are
So
good.
that one helps to add at least that talent and that gelling of the team. It really helps a lot.
Okay. Bwana Joshua Kura,
Yeah.
do you have something to add?
Yeah, I can just say that Muranga, they are doing very well in investing in their academy players.
Yes.
You know, building that foundation gives you a lot of courage, even when you are heading to the league. Since you will not have to spend more on buying players, yet you'll just need to bring some experience in the team to mix with what you have.
I think that's the same thing Gor Mahia did some seasons back.
Yeah.
That's why we are seeing Gor Mahia which will never end. Every season Gor Mahia is just Gor Mahia that you know.
Yeah.
So Muranga still, the way you have said, they invested in the academy players.
Yeah.
Higher. Now let's be back to the issue of FC Leopard and Sofapaka. Despite of these two teams, they have a big name outside here.
Yeah.
And as we speak, they're still chasing their first win of the season. That is 2023-2024. Last game I watched FC Leopard versus Shabana. And the match drew. It was a draw of 1-1. Despite of FC Leopard playing very well, they didn't get 3 points. And Sofapaka they're still running at the bottom. What might be the problem?
You know, the problem of FC Leopard
Yes.
is they keep changing on their staff.
Yes.
Like right now they have a new management coming in. I mean the coach
technical
and
bench.
the
Yes.
technical bench. And you know that when you keep changing on your technical staff, it
Yes.
affects how you play. Since everyone comes with this different philosophy. Yeah. And I can say that FC Leopards were a bit doing well under Kasambungo. So I didn't know why they had to let him go. Maybe because of the financial issues, he had to leave. But I believe he was well with the club. He was doing well in investing in the academy. Yeah.
Yes.
I saw he was using many players from the academy, and they were doing very well. And right now, the staff that is coming in, the coaches, they are former AFC Leopard players.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what I know is that they are not going to be there for too long. FC Leopard is going to bring in a new coach anytime. Let's say in the middle of the season.
Okay. Soon this season they parted ways with their head coach, that is Patrick Olsems. Do you think this affected their performance?
I think with the FKF Premier League, the moment there's that intensity in the pitch.
Yes.
So the moment the season has begun, but I don't I can't vouch for this issue of the season starting and at the same time you get rid of your coach.
Yes.
You know, the coach was the one who was with the players during the pre-season. They played all the friendly matches. So meaning the coach has a plan, even if it won't click at the start of the season, maybe it might pick by. You know, it might peak the moment the season goes on. So there's no way you'll get rid of your coach maybe after playing 3 to 4 matches. As in, I don't see the importance of it because I think the coaches should be given time with their players to see whether the plans they have for the team will work or not. So I can't vouch for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to add on that, it's too early, as you are saying. But if the results continue being the same,
Yeah.
they'll have to change.
They'll have to change.
Yeah,
But
that's what
right
I
now
mean.
we are in match week 5.
Match week 5.
Only 5 matches played. I mean, why should you get rid of
You
your
know,
coach after
I'm
5
just
matches?
trying to see
Yes.
how FC Leopards have been,
Progressing.
during the past, let's say the past decade.
Yes.
They have been constantly changing their coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have always been favoring the
Foreign
coaches.
coaches. Yeah.
And now they are trying to hire a local coach.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that they'll just switch. You remember there's a time they gave Kimani, was Anthony Kimani.
Anthony
yeah?
Modo Kimani,
And then
yeah.
in the middle of the season, they brought in a foreign coach, and Kimani was demoted to
Yeah.
to assistant.
To assistant coach.
So
yeah.
I expect that to happen also this season.
Okay, let's wait and see.
Now let's check parted ways with their assistant coach, David Oum, and they appointed a new assistant coach by the name Ezekiel Akwana.
Yeah.
Do you think this one will bring a new energy in Sofapaka?
I believe that Sofapaka will rise up, even if they have started the
Currently,
season very
they are at the
badly.
last position.
Yeah, but I believe they'll get out of there. You know, it's too early even for them. And Sofapaka did well in signing players, and I expect those players to deliver. It's just too early, but with time, you'll see the results.
So do you think assistant coach is the problem to Sofapaka or the players?
The issue of
Did they send the right players during this?
the issue of parting with the assistant coach,
Yes.
it looks a bit awkward to me, because
Yes.
most of the news you've had, it's the coach who is being sacked
Yeah.
most of the time. So that the question is why the assistant coach
Why the
and not the
assistant at
coach
this
himself
moment?
together with the technical
Yes.
bench. Though maybe they have got their own plans, but let's just give them time. By the way, Sofapaka is a good team. They've been playing in the FKF Premier League for a very long time, so they've got the experience of that league. So maybe with the time they'll just recover the points that they've lost from their previous matches.
Okay. That's very nice from you guys. Now let's check this team called Police FC. Police FC, they've been doing very well. Last season they performed very well. And if you're very keen, they surprised many fans. No one expected Police to excel the way they excelled last season.
Yeah.
And right now they appointed the new coach. That is former FC Leopard, former Gor Mahia coach by the name Zavko Logarusik.
Yeah.
Before that, they had departed ways with their former coach by the name Francis Barras.
Yeah.
So, do you think Logarusik will bring a new momentum at Police FC?
Yeah, we talk of the experience Logarusik has in the Premier League. You know, he has managed Gor Mahia, FC Leopards.
Big teams,
Yeah, and he has been winning titles
Yes.
during his reign at Gor Mahia. Yeah. Now, FC Leopard, Police FC,
Yes.
they have that financial support, of which when they'll give Logarusik time to invest in his project. Yeah, we are going to see a different Police, and this season you can see them among top 3
by the end of the season.
by the end of the
Because
season.
currently I'm seeing them at number they are at number around 12 there.
12.
You know, before the win against Bidco 2-0, they were fighting relegation.
Meaning the 3 points helped them to kukwepa relegation.
And
So,
who was in charge?
Logarusik was in charge.
Yeah.
Now it's the beginning of a new
Era.
They've got this striker called Machapo.
Yes.
So you find that striker, yeah, he really plays nice, by the way. And I think while growing up, I had traced he was there's this area. He comes from Nakuru. His roots are from Nakuru. So there's this pitch. I think it's just a street one. He used to play there. So I think ni kujituma tu hadi amefika hapo. So he's a good striker, by the way. He's called Machapo. Yeah.
So unaona Logarusik bringing new change in Police.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come to the race to top scorers, I mean. Right now we are seeing Boniface Omala at the top. Yes, 4 goals. Do you think Boniface Omala will lead at the end of the season?
Last season, I think they were competing. They were 2. That is Elvis Rupia. That is Machapo that I've said, and Boniface Omala.
Yes.
So I think Omala has got talent, and with the help of his fellow teammates.
Yes.
You know, the moment you are a striker, it's not all about scoring. You should have also a strong midfield. So with the help of his teammates, Omala can still snatch the golden boots.
Okay.
Yeah, with the help of his teammates. So I mean, as a striker, you can't play alone, of course.
Sure,
In the field, you just have to have a strong midfield.
Yes.
Yeah, a midfielder will drive the ball to you, give you those cross passes at the same time. So the moment he'll have a good midfield, he'll just be among the top scorers. Yeah.
All right. Mr. Joshua Kura,
Yes.
do you have a different thought on that?
No, just to support that. Omala is a young player. Let's see. He's energetic. Yeah, he's still young. He's 20. At the moment, he's growing among very experienced players. You see me, so they've played in the Kenyan Premier League for too long, and I expect that this will still help him. And this season, we'll see him among the top scorers.
Possible. God willing.
Ndio kauli yako.
And then Rupia is not in Premier League this season, So it's like.
He's been given the chance to shine.
Yeah, he has the advantage this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then finally, we have the good news concerning AFCON 2027. Yeah. What can you tell Waziri? Kama nakuona sahi.
Waziri kazi mzuri kabisa, unajua.
Anaitwa Waziri Babu na Mwamba.
Babu na Mwamba, kiongozi mwenyewe.
Mwangalia anakuona pale.
Sasa mimi kitu ningependa kusema by the end, tunafurahia sana dimba kipute cha AFCON kuletwa humu nchini, kwa kuwa hii hii ni taji yenye hadhi yake barani Afrika. Na hivi sasa kumbuka mwaka ujao,
Angalia waziri anakuwa pale.
Mwaka ujao AFCON itakuwa Ivory Coast kama sijakosea. Ikitoka hapo inakuja Kenya. Sasa mimi kitu ningependa kusema waweze kukarabati viwanja vilivyopo ili kuhakikisha kuwa vinafikia viwango vya FIFA. Ili AFCON iking'oa nanga, mashindano haya yaendelee ashara.
Bila wasiwasi.
Bila tashwishi.
Mr. Alari. Tumeona Nyayo Stadium, Kasarani, Kipchoge Keino Stadium in Eldoret. They are under construction. Do you think this stadium are enough to
hold these matches, being that they'll be held in 3 different countries? So I think they'll be enough, because the moment it's I think nile muungano tu mainchi tatu tofauti, sio? So the moment they are in more than one nation, so the issue is the Kenyan government to at least put much effort on making sure that these stadiums are built to the correct standards of the FIFA standards, as Kura puts it. Because the moment, the issue with the FIFA is that they are always strict. The moment you does not do the things that they need to you as the host nation, utanyanganywa tu that kibali. So it's up to the nation and the government at large to make sure these stadiums are zimekarabatiwa in the right way and at the right time, because the moment that lateness why create so many issues, because as you can see our fellow host nations, they are doing their best, they are trying. Tanzania pale wanabongo pale wanajaribu tu au pia wana make sure kwamba ikifika mwaka 2027 at least they'll be able to host this tournament in the right way, because naambia at the same time pia the opening ceremony itakuwa kule Tanzania. So unaona hawa kuna pressure mingi kutushinda sisi.
Advantages or the benefits he will get Kenya hosting AFCON 2027. Atapata faida gani?
By the way, kuna wale watu wanasema sasa mpira kuletwa sisi itatusaidia. There are people with different opinions, and they are valued by the so the moment we host this tournament here in Kenya, people can be able to employ themselves. The moment you go outside the stadiums, the fans are having a break, that is a half time. Fan anaweza toka tu pale nje, as in he or she wants something to eat. Then you are the one who will be there with your trolley, unauza mayai yako ama hata smoke. Hizi fast food hizi zinauzwa nje ya stadium. So the moment you've got your business there, at least it will be creating some income to our citizens in the nation. Then at the same time, the moment you host competitions like AFCON, at least your country will be noticed worldwide. Because AFCON is not just an African tournament. Yes, it involves African countries, but it's also being seen in even past Africa as a continent. So there can also be scouts. Kenya will be competing in that competition as they've gotten the direct ticket as hosts. So scouts can come even from teams like Al Ahly, huko Egypt, and that league really pays handsomely. So the moment the scouts are in the pitch, itabidi two players wajitume, because every player, it's the dream of every player to one day to play in those big leagues in one way or the other. So those are the benefits of hosting that tournament inside our country.
Okay. That's I think you have elaborated very well, because maybe there's someone there is saying, how will this benefit me? I think habari ameipata
kabisa.
Okay, Mr. Joshua Kura. I'm back to you. AFCON 2027 will be held in that period where we'll be having general election. Do you think this might affect these competitions or these tournaments?
No, being that 2027 will be an election period here in Kenya. No, what will matter, it's the timing. Here we'll have elections in August. It's likely
August.
To be in August.
Then the AFCON is in June, July, around there.
Perhaps they would have pushed it somewhere even to January here. Things would have been much better. But I see even there in June it's not bad, since by August the competition should have ended.
By July.
I don't think that the politics in this nation will affect the competition, since many Kenyans will also be following the AFCON competition.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I don't expect that politics will interfere with the game.
Maybe to add on that,
Yes.
you see the AFCON officials, for them to have given Kenya the mandate to be among the hosts, I
Yes.
think that is one of the factors that they considered before giving the Kenya the mandate to hold this competition. So I don't think that political pressure, I don't think it will cause the competition not to happen in our country.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you see the final being held?
Most likely in Kenya. I see Kasarani.
Of course, you are a Kenya, you must vote for your country.
You see Kasarani.
Yeah, I see Kasarani. You know, opening ceremony will be in Tanzania.
Yeah.
Now, I expect at least the final to be here in Kenya.
Why not Bukoba in Uganda? I mean, Museveni also is
I
there.
love Kasarani. Kasarani
Why
is
not
a
Uganda?
good stadium, by the way. Kasarani is a good stadium. And then I think when you see Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, I'd like to prefer Tanzania, but since the opening ceremony will be there, let it just be in Kenya, Kasarani.
Okay. You can take a sip of the juice here as we continue. All right. Let's now get to international sports.
Yeah.
Let's now check in club Manchester United club.
Yeah.
Much has been happening in this team. Recently, I was seeing there's that differences between the coach and the player. That is Eric Ten Hag and Jadon Sancho. Do you think Ten Hag is... What do you think Ten Hag is... Okay, sorry for that. What do you think is the big problem at Manchester?
You know, Eric Ten Hag is a very strict coach. As
Yes.
we have seen, the way he handled the issue of Cristiano Ronaldo, and
Yes.
then there came Harry Maguire, where he stripped him of the armband.
The armband,
Yes.
yeah.
And then we see the issue of Sancho. I think that issue should have never been made public. First
Yes.
of all, Eric Ten Hag did not make a good decision when he decided to expose Sancho on a press. I believe that's an issue that would have been solved behind the bars in the team. Remember, I heard the same, that Jadon Sancho was indisciplined at Borussia Dortmund,
Yeah.
but those issues were never kept in public.
Yes.
So I believe that Manchester would have applied the same.
Yeah.
And then Sancho coming against Ten Hag, just immediately Ten Hag has made a statement, and then Sancho coming against it, it just shows that
Saying that he can't apologize.
yeah, it's really, really bad, and I don't believe that he has a future at
And
that
do you
club.
think Jadon Sancho should apologize?
Yeah, he should.
Yes.
He should apologize because it was really wrong. Ni kama yani kukinzana na coach. Coach anasema hii, but unamwambia hapana, hii ndio nini, hivi
he's
ndio
the
hivi.
head.
Yeah, unajua coach is the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anafaa kupata ile heshima anastahili.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was following Zlatan Ibrahimovic,
Yeah.
and I was in his Twitter account, not Twitter, I mean Instagram.
Yeah.
Zlatan said Eric Ten Hag, he doesn't know how to handle disciplinary cases, because we saw that with Cristiano Ronaldo, big players like Maguire pia the same venye amesema. Do you think Zlatan is right?
Okay, on the issue of Ten Hag and disciplinary cases, you see, yeah, it's good to be strict as a coach,
Yes.
but that strictness, si lazima uiweke sana, you just be too strict, because the people you are handling are not children.
Yes.
They are grown people. So, you know, and handling big people is really difficult. You can attest to that. So, the moment unataka kufinya that player to the wall, that player will just nile ka atalipuka tu kama mama ile yako mbona. So it's Ten Hag he's supposed to look at the appropriate way of handling his players, because as you've said, Cristiano had the same issue with him, which made him to exit the club, and
Yes.
alitoka kipiga kelele sana. So meaning these are things that happen. Also, I think at the start of the season there were allegations that there were issues in the dressing room. People, like the players were just walikuwa na nongonezana tu, like there are issues happening, but they can't say, meaning they are fearing Ten Hag might give them disciplinary measures. So I think Ten Hag should at least level up as a coach, and you know, look for the appropriate way of handling his players. Yeah.
Okay. Intensity is getting higher at EPL race. Do you think Ange Postecoglou will surprise fans? That's Tottenham Hotspur coach.
Well, the beginning itself is already a surprise. You know, no one expected that he would have begun at a high like that.
Yes.
You know, winning against Liverpool and then drawing against Arsenal at Emirates.
And winning against Man United, yes.
And winning against Manchester United. But Manchester United at that time, any team,
yes.
even as we speak now, any team can win against Manchester, even at Old Trafford. So Ange Postecoglou is a good coach. Remember, at Feyenoord, he did very well. I think he won the championship.
That was Celtic. Celtic. He was in Celtic, the Scottish Premier League, which he won the league last season before coming to Tottenham.
And then now he's at Tottenham. But I'm not used to Tottenham winning trophies. Now that's the problem. It's like people are expecting that he's going to change that norm. You see?
All right, Bwana Joshua Kura.
No.
If you look at the table right now, wanasema table imeanza kuchukua mkondo wake. Because if you see Tottenham Hotspur, they are coming up with a still race, which if these teams, I'm talking about Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, if they are not keen, Ange Postecoglou, former Celtic coach, can win the Premier League. Do you think he can surprise fans?
Yeah, he can, in that he can bring good result, like finishing in a higher position than they did last season. But winning the Premier League, not possible at this moment. Because I see Manchester City at there. I can mention Arsenal at that point, but Tottenham still not this season.
All right. Why are you saying that? Because if you check last matches of Spurs, they have been doing very well. They won against Man United, they won against Liverpool, they also drew against Arsenal. You know,
the season has just begun. I think they have played 6 games, if not 5. I think it's 6 so far.
Yes.
And you know, many teams began, like Manchester United currently is performing poorly.
Yes.
Manchester City is suffering from injury crisis, and then we have Arsenal injuries there too. And I expect that once those players are back, the league will take its shape.
Yes.
And Postecoglou, maybe at the end of the season you can see him in top 4, but not winning the Premier League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bwana Hilary, next fixture we have Arsenal versus Man City. What can you say?
I can say that fixture is a very hot one.
Yes.
It's a breathtaking, a thrilling fixture. All those big English terms you can use to describe it. So I think it will be on Sunday. It will be on Sunday around 6:30. So it's a big fixture, considering that the form that right now both of the teams are in fine form, but City has got problems with injuries and the red card that was given to Rodrigo. So I think it will be a very good match to look out for. And this time I'll say that Arsenal have not been showing that competitive nature of them when they meet with Man City. But this time I think at least they'll show, because they've got nearly all of their players, and as opposed to Man City, which have got injuries plus the red card given to the key midfielder, that is Rodri. So this week at least Arsenal will show something that indeed they can beat Man City. I think this game, if Arsenal draws or lose, watakuwa tu how do you say it? Like watakuwa najilaumu, because they've got their high chances of winning this match. Because as you can see, City are last match they've lost, and also don't forget that I don't think, according to history, Pep have never lost 2 Premier League matches in a row. Or if he has done it, if it is so, it has taken most of the time. So it will be a thrilling fixture to look out for, and I think match will take place, and it will be a dramatic one, by the way. So
I can see Thomas Partey is back in the squad. Yes. Bwana Joshua Kura, to grab up the whole EPL fixtures and so on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Burnley. Burnley have not registered any win, and I am told they have a match against Luton. Luton Town. Do you think Vincent Kompany anafaa tumie mbinu gani ndio arudi mchezoni? Having in mind last season he won championship. Na this season hajapata hata pointi 3. Hajapata pointi 3 kwa game moja.
Kwanza ukiangalia Burnley na Luton ni timu ambazo tunazishuhudia katika ligi kuu msimu huu. Mwanzo msimu uliopita walikuwa kule daraja la chini. Kwa hivyo na Kompany aliweza kuibuka kidedea huko hivyo.
Yes.
Akikuja huku kwenye ligi kuu.
Yes.
Ya, na wanapoenda kukutana, mimi naona kwamba hii ni mechi ambayo moja kwa moja Vincent Kompany ataweza kushinda. Kumbuka Luton waliweza kumpiga Everton, lakini nahisi kwamba ilikuwa kibahati. Na wangepata Everton vizuri, hatungeona Luton wakiweza kumshinda Everton. Kwa hivyo kulingana na jinsi Kompany amekuwa akifunza ile timu, ile Burnley, na filosofia yake, jinsi hiyo timu imekuwa ikicheza. Kumbuka wako na wachezaji wachanga pia. Unaweza sema kwamba hawana uzoefu katika hicho kikosi chao, ndio maana hawajakuwa wakisajili matokeo mazuri. Ila naamini kwamba mechi kama hii ya Luton wanapata yani wanyonge kama wao. Na hapa hivi wanataka kuonyesha dunia kwamba hata wao wana uwezo wa kuendelea kusalia katika ligi kuu Uingereza.
Alright. Bwana Hilary. I'm getting a text here from Eka Duncan. Eka Duncan is telling me Chelsea fans want to hear from you as a Chelsea fan. Yeah, Chelsea fan. So what can you tell Chelsea fans who are watching you right now?
Oh, by the way,
is there some light?
By the way, yesterday, me together with my fellow diehard fans, right now there's this meme going around that's asking, how faithful are you? And you respond, I'm still supporting Chelsea Football Club. So when you consider that meme, me together with my faithful Chelsea fan, yesterday we recorded a win. That was 2-0. Mikhailo Mudryk scoring his first goal. And I bet you saw how his fellow teammates were celebrating that kind of goal. Meaning it was a big thing to them as teammates. Yeah, but considering at the same time Ben Chilwell, he got an hamstring injury. So I think we still have a long way to go. Meaning, yesterday we recorded a win, but to be honest,
but it was a massive win.
Yeah, it was a massive win.
Yes.
But my boys have still not shown me that we can be somewhere at this season. So they need to put in more effort, and to the coach also. The coach was also in a press statement, he was saying the boys lack that what we say confidence. So they should be more confidence when they are with the ball at their feet, and everything will be okay.
Umesema kazi ipo.
Just to add on that, when you get such a win in a derby, it gives you the drive, and then you might start performing from that point, because those are your arch rivals.
Tuangalie hii mpango mzima ya Champions League.
Naam.
Haraka tu, hatuna muda. Naona director Bwana Wasili wananiambia kisogo, muda imempea kisogo. So the whole Champions League, more so Group F. We have Newcastle, Dortmund, PSG, and nikumbushe
Newcastle, PSG,
and Milan.
Dortmund.
AC Milan, that is.
Whom do you think are the favorites
in that group
to qualify for this group?
I will go with Newcastle and Milan.
Newcastle and Milan.
Yeah.
All right. Don't justify. Achia tu hapo. Na wewe?
With me, I'll go with AC Milan, and Dortmund have been struggling. PSG, I think are the same, because PSG right now they are still struggling more than ever. So I'll just go with the same team that Kuras picked, with the many reasons that I can't state right now.
So guys, mark them. Wamesema Dortmund na Milan. Lakini yote 9-10 tunangoja tuone mechi itakuwaje. Kumbuka first game Newcastle drew against Milan. Then second PSG won against Dortmund 2-0. Mbappe did very well. Tukimalizia your parting shot.
So me, I'd say I'll come back to maybe the issue with our country, that is football in Kenya.
Yes.
So to the fans out there, just the Mashemeji derby by there is on Saturday.
Yes.
Go out there and support what is Kenyan. Sema una support local talent. So tokea pale, I think it will be at Kasarani. Tokea pale, support. At least you should not rely most on the mpira ya maju. Start at home so that you build even your team. You build your favorite team, that is, and with that you'll be building the local talent. So to the fans out there, come out in large numbers and start supporting FKF Premier League, because right now we also have got official broadcaster, that is Azam TV. So with that I think things will be okay.
So watu wajaze uwanja. Bwana Kura.
Naam, hata mimi naona kwa itakuwa sawa kama watu wataanza kujaza uwanja, kisha runinga za humu nchini ziweze kuonyesha michezo ya ligi kuu humu nchini pia. Isiende tu Azam, bali tushuhudie kitu kama hiyo hapa Kenya pia.
All right. Okay, thank you very much guys. This was Mikiki Sporty ndani ya Menplug TV, and I hope you have enjoyed the show. I've been your presenter Ken Austin, ama ukipenda nite producer _Ken. Same place, same time next Saturday. All sporting activities, be it eating competition. Unajua eating competition pia ni sports. Rugby tutangazia papa hapa. So guys, usicheze mbali. Maana yake Menplug TV, we are focusing on reality.